Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I thought about this last night instead of coming on YouTube just ranting and raving. I had to just think about it. My issue with the Browns, who lost to the Ravens yesterday, 20-16. For those that don't know, the Browns aren't good. They hadn't been good in a while. But I'm a diehard fan, born and raised in Cleveland. I knew the Browns weren't going to win because of our current quarterback situation. We have a rookie starting by the name of Dillon Gabriel. For those that know Dillon, he was a quarterback out of Oregon last year. He played in college, I think, at a couple of other schools for like 6 years. So he has all the pedigree and all these things, but dude is very short. I am anti-short quarterback. You can't see when you play. And that's been the thing with Dillon so far. He's started like 5 games and it's been bad to watch. Plus he doesn't have an arm. Well, Shedeur Sanders, who the Browns also drafted this year, which I don't understand that because you picked Gabriel in the 3rd round, which that's another question, but then you traded up to get Shedeur in the 5th round. Well, they said Shedeur wasn't ready. And at one time during the season, the Browns had 5 quarterbacks on their roster. So Shedeur didn't get any time. Well, they got rid of 2 quarterbacks. The most recent one was Joe Flacco, which a couple of years ago, Flacco had a good season in Cleveland, but he wasn't doing well. And then before Joe, they got rid of a guy named Kenny Pickett, who I wasn't big on anyway. Dude has baby hands. His hands are too small. So with that, and I'm still not going to even bring up Deshaun Watson, but I may get to that later. He's on the roster, but he's recovering from an injury. So the Browns, after the Flacco trade, has had Dillon at quarterback, and it's been bad. Not just because he's a rookie. It's a whole bunch of things, but pretty much it's just not looking good for him right now. And with Shedeur being the backup, you would think, he would be at least mentally ready to come in if something happened. Well, Dillon yesterday, they said he got a concussion. Now, I don't know when it happened. I know that there has been a bunch of noise by the fans and the media that, hey, the Browns, you're not doing well. When are you going to play Shedeur? We need to figure out if we're going to draft a quarterback next year. Is our guy on the roster now? Well, Shedeur did come out and he was terrible. Horrible. Dude looked like me just starting to play quarterback for an NFL team. And I'm not going to put that all on him, unlike a lot of people out there. I mean, it's been really bad since last night hearing the Shedeur slander, which, a lot of people don't like him because of who he is, son of a popular football player. I mean, he does, he has that moxie, and that rubs people the wrong way, especially, and I'm going to call it out, being black and have that moxie. People don't like that. And, they're saying, dude, you're a 5th round pick. You shouldn't be doing this stuff. But he's the most popular 5th round quarterback I've seen since Tom Brady. And Tom Brady wasn't even that damn popular. He got popular after he started winning Super Bowls. But going back, Shedeur was terrible. And I put that on the Browns. Dude said he has not gotten any reps with the first team, which is, I just don't get that. And their coach Kevin Stefanski for the Browns acknowledged that. He said that Dillon has been getting all the reps because he needs it being a rookie. Well, dude, your backup quarterback is a rookie too. Now, I'm not saying Shedeur, they need to split it, but he should have got some. His first reps in the NFL should not have been against Baltimore's defense. That makes no sense. And Baltimore brought the house. Every play, it looked like dudes were coming off the bench, blitzing Shedeur. It looked bad. And you can't, like I said, it's just baffling to me that he hasn't got these reps. So the coach after the game, first thing he said was, if Dillon is okay within the week, he's going to be back to starting quarterback. Which, I haven't had a concussion in a long time. I don't know what the deal is. I don't think he's going to be ready. So we're going to see Shador again. I don't think a week is going to be enough for him to improve a lot. I'm hoping he will show better because you need those reps. It's very important. But the thing that bothers me is that the Browns organization doesn't get this. I just don't understand. Why did you draft this kid? I mean, clearly, there's some people in that organization that does not like him. And then there are some that does. Now, I know Shador has some issues that he's going to have to figure out. I mean, dude got happy feet. He has to learn how to get rid of that ball if he doesn't see his first couple of reads, and he takes a lot of sacks. But the one thing I like about Shador is he has the size. He's over 6 feet, and dude has an arm, and he showed that. There was a couple of passes there was no way in hell Dillon Gabriel could have done. Dillon's problem is, once again, being short. The Browns say he's 5'10". I call that bullshit. Dude's probably 5'9". He might be 5'10" with shoes on, with his cleats. You're that short, you can't see over the line. He's not Drew Brees. That doesn't work in the NFL. He could be a backup, but I could say the same about Shador. I want my team to get a quarterback. I actually don't want to use one of our 2 picks next year to get one because the quarterback class isn't as great as these people said it was. It's probably 1 or 2 guys, but if Shador is the answer, you got to give him an opportunity, and I think he can be serviceable. I prefer him over Dillon. Once again, I think Shador just has the height and the arm. Dillon actually probably processes things quicker on the field, but that you can't teach height, and I think that's just going to hurt him in the long run. It works in college, but you're playing with men amongst men. Now the shortest dude on the line is probably 6'5" compared to college and stuff. So it's just frustrating. And to both of theirs, and these aren't their faults. The Browns' offensive line stinks. Our wide receivers are terrible. So that doesn't help anyone. Johnny Unitas couldn't help us right now. So I just hope that, with our record right now, we're not going anywhere. With that loss, I think we're 2-8 now. I want to see both quarterbacks. I can't see why they can't split the time and then reevaluate. Deep down, I hope this coaching staff is not going to be the ones that's going to determine what we're going to do next year. I think Kevin Stefanski, the coach of the Browns, is stubborn. I think he prefers Dillon, and he's going to push him down our throat. He's done it for the past 5 games. There should have been some games Dillon just should have been pulled. And if that messes him up in his psyche, dude ain't going to make it, in the NFL, because it happens all the time. So we'll see. But definitely Shador shouldn't get all this hate that I'm hearing. He didn't have the reps. And I know people were saying, well, here comes the excuse about the reps. That's not an excuse. He even said it. That was his first time throwing to our number 1 receiver. And you're just not going to have that continuity or anything. So I hope the Browns let him play this coming Sunday. Just give Dillon another week. Not wishing him anything bad, but don't push him back out there. Let Shador get those reps, and let's just see what we have. I believe with that he'll play a little better, but still with a bad line, wide receivers that can't catch or get open, there's going to be a lot of checkdowns. But, who knows? I mean, technically, he almost won the game yesterday as well with a couple of those deep throws. He missed one guy. That was on Shador. The other guy just dropped the ball, and he had it. And so, that was encouraging to see because, like I said, watching the Browns this year have been very painful.